Water covers most of the planet, shaping climates, ecosystems, and the conditions for life itself. Every living organism depends on it in some way, but not all life interacts with water in the same manner. For animals on land, water is something that must be actively found and consumed. It is a resource that comes and goes, and survival depends on maintaining enough of it inside the body. But beneath the surface, in rivers, lakes, and oceans, the situation is very different. Fish exist in an environment where water is constant. It surrounds them at all times, flowing past their bodies and across their gills. This creates a simple but surprisingly complex question. If fish are always in water, do they actually drink it? At first, it might seem unnecessary. Being surrounded by water could suggest that drinking is irrelevant. But the answer depends on something less visible: how water moves at the microscopic level, and how the body responds to that movement. Fish do interact with water internally, but whether they drink it or not depends on the type of water they live in. The key difference lies between freshwater and saltwater environments, and how each one affects the balance inside the fish's body. Freshwater fish live in environments like rivers and lakes, where the concentration of salts outside their bodies is lower than inside. This creates a natural imbalance. Through a process called osmosis, water moves from areas of low salt concentration to areas of higher salt concentration. As a result, water is constantly entering the bodies of freshwater fish through their gills and skin. Because of this, freshwater fish do not need to drink water. In fact, doing so would only increase the amount of water entering their bodies. Their main challenge is the opposite: preventing excess water from building up. To maintain balance, they produce large amounts of dilute urine, removing the extra water while keeping essential salts inside. At the same time, their gills actively absorb salts from the surrounding water to replace what is lost. Saltwater fish face the opposite problem. The ocean has a much higher salt concentration than the fluids inside their bodies. This causes water to move out of the fish through osmosis. Without compensation, they would gradually lose water and become dehydrated. To solve this, saltwater fish do drink water, often continuously. However, drinking seawater introduces a large amount of salt into their bodies. To handle this, they rely on specialized cells in their gills that actively remove excess salt. Their kidneys also help by producing small amounts of concentrated urine, allowing them to retain as much water as possible. So the answer becomes clear. Some fish do drink water while others do not. The difference is not about preference, but about the direction in which water naturally moves across their bodies. Some fish can even switch between freshwater and saltwater during their lives. Species like salmon adjust their internal systems as they move between these environments, changing how their bodies handle water and salt. This ability highlights how flexible and responsive biological systems can be. In the end, the question, "Do fish drink water?" has a simple answer on the surface, but a deeper explanation underneath. Some fish do and some do not. What determines this is the balance between water and salt, and the mechanisms that control it. Even in an environment where water is everywhere, survival depends not on its presence, but on how it is managed.